Keyword here. Asaktiranabhishwangah putradaragृहादिषु नित्यञ्च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु. Asakti. Asakti means to not have attachment. Attachment means what? Vishayeshu priti matram. To have even a disturbing thought of likingness. Priti matram. Now, Vishaya has to be understood that it is not just the material world. People, relationships, environments, time, space, things, everything included, including idam shariram kaunteya. The three bodies of sthula, sukshma, karana, sharira, starting from here, expanding it out into the world, to not have that. And to be able to sustain this, because many of us function purely from the field of sense of insecurity, when that tentacles of grip is not there in these things. When the tentacles of the grip and self-worth which it generates, if that is not there, borrowed from these things, I start feeling suffocated. And such person cannot aim for, cannot progress in the path of spirituality. Why? Spirituality is trying to take us urdhvagami. It's trying to take us to the highest. Whereas this, that which I am attached to, is adhogami, which is pulling me down. And unless until these are cut aside and consciously removed, there is no further going up. Instead, what happens? When there is a vehicle that wants to move forward, but there is a handbrake, what will happen when there is a handbrake? Have you ever done that? Have you ever driven a vehicle which has a handbrake and it keeps going? I mean, you have not paid attention to it. It is a drag. It pulls you down. It slows you down, and it further brings in a lot of wear and tear on the system. Similarly, when these tentacles of attachment are not withdrawn, but then the greatest confusion that we have at this stage is to understand what is attachment and what is love. 100% of what we call our love as is purely attachment. I'm letting that sink in because that is a major statement in this particular value. To be able to love without attachment is to see that there is no expectation whatsoever. But it takes tremendous amount of courage, tenacity, and stability within to be able to give without expecting, without anticipating. That is the heights of asakti. Anabhishwangaha. Anabhishwangaha is the there will be there will be several emotions that we go through. And what do we do when these emotions, ideas, feelings pass by? You may have heard me say that as soon as we identify with our emotions, if there is a sad thought, we become sad. If there is a mad thought, we become mad. If there is a bad thought, we become bad. If there is a glad thought, we become glad. We are constantly dancing according to the tunes of our own mental setup. And that is where our mental upset also is. Why this setup is wrong, therefore upset will be the result. And my example that I would have always given along with this is, if there is a banana peel on the road in front of you, do you need to step on it and fall every single time you see it? Every single time you cross it? Yes, first time maybe inadvertently you stepped, you didn't check, you didn't see, you didn't pay attention, you fell down. ठीक है, समझ में आता है. हर बार, every single time do you have to step on it? Oh, yo, there is a banana peel again. Again I have to fall. If somebody falls again and again stepping on that banana peel, what would you call them? Please be liberal. Tell me, what would you call them? I'm inviting your inputs.
A fool.
Foolish.
Foolish. और कोई? Hari, I love your vocabulary, man. I'm waiting for your input also.
Moodhamate.
Moodhamate.
Asinine.
Okay.
That means Parma Mudha.
Murkha Shiromani. Murkhottama. Right? Similarly are these banana peels of moods. Therefore, I love that word, mood swings. Because the first part I understand in Sanskritam, the second part I understand in English. Who swings? Moodha only swings. Who is Moodha? The one who is identified with these things and starts becoming, and that becoming is called samsara. It has got nothing to do with outside field or people or things, or that becoming, identifying and becoming these different layers, that is called samsara. And we readily fall prey to this samsara every single stupid time. Anabhishwangaha, to not cave in and be able to disidentify consistently. If you're going in a lane, there's a car ahead of you, you would either change the lane or slow your car. Right? Please say yes. But just because you have already done it once, does it mean that you don't have to do it henceforth? No, there's another car, you'll have to repeat the same thing again. Similarly, in the traffic of our emotions, these things keep coming. But what do we do? I don't know why I am sad. Who the heck cares if you you see that sadness? Step out, watch it pass by. No, we want to smear it all across. Ayyo. And Kleenex पे Kleenex खराब करते जाओ. That is the difference between psychological systems and Vedantic systems. There is a value given to it. In Vedanta, it is completely devalued. We don't do self-nurture. We nurture the idea that I alone am the self. There's a huge difference between these two. We don't do self-love. Love is the nature of self. Abiding in it is called Vedanta. Otherwise, we will be substantiating all these emotions continuously. And many, even after going through, listening through, learning this Vedantic perspective, looking at our own emotions and the turmoil, we fall trapped to it, knowing that it is it. I don't know what to do. I am. Take a breather. It's not easy. Step back, observe, disidentify. Oh, I did that last time. Every single time. That alertness is called anabhishwangaha. Imagine, without these preparations, neo-intellectuals of today's time want to directly go to meditation. क्या उखाड़ेंगे आप लोग? If this preparation is not there, wherein asakti and anabhishwanga is not a possibility right now, focus on that. Clear that out. But the expectation is I sit in meditation, I do some japa or thing, and this will go away. No, this will not go away. You have to bend down and work at it. Consciously remove it. Swamiji, my emotions disturb me. Put your hand on my head and let me get that, sanctified environment that it vanishes. No, there is no such stupidity in Hinduism. If somebody promises that, either they are a fool or you are a fool or both of you together are fools. हिंदी में और जम के पड़ेगा ये, या तो वो खुद बेवकूफ है या आप बेवकूफ हो, या वो तुम्हें बेवकूफ बना रहा है, आपके बेवकूफी में पैसे बना रहा है. Because there is such clear understanding which has been given. These are not something that will be removed by some magic wand or a touch or a sprinkle of water or a mantra. No, that has to be consciously worked at. Mantra can bring you to that point of consciousness wherein you become alert, aware and watch. But the disidentification, mantra will not do it for you. Am I getting across? Let's not expect some cheap tricks to change our lifestyle. That's not spirituality. Clear? Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu. And then that same becoming extends with respect to putra, dara, grihadishu. I become that, and then that attachment keeps pulling me, weighing me down. Without that attachment, fulfilling that responsibility and ability to move on without expecting, that is the criteria that a spiritual seeker should develop. Am I getting across? It's not going to be easy. Nobody says that this is easy. Nobody is promising that this is easy. It is difficult, but not impossible is what we have to remember. In trying this, we will fall million times, but don't give up. That alertness is what is being talked about. When do I know I have reached there? Nityancha samachittatvam ishta anishta upapattishu. Seems like Katyani Amma went, raided somewhere and came back. No, I'm
There
not.
was a question for me. So
So nityam cha samachittatvam. That equipoise that this should be bringing in, asakti ranabhishwangaha should be bringing in, should be a consistent effort. That you are compassionate, you are truly loving without attachment, without expectations, giving in nature, but not expecting anything back. Nityancha samachittatvam. And what are the environments? Ishta, anishta. Most of us feel that we are in a equipoise situation as long as it is to our liking. That is also a psychological disorder only. When everything goes hunky-dory according to my whims and fancies, oh, I am in balance. There's nothing wrong with me. A little change in that sequence and something which I do not like happens, hell breaks loose. And I contaminate every environment with that wherever I go. Now, for a person who has achieved this Nitya Samachittatvam, when they sit on the seat of meditation, they do not have to worry about controlling the mind and bringing it to a focal point. It is already there. It is not scattered all over the place. Because all of this preparation is for what? Because this is not a goal. This is only a preparatory environment created. You know, all these what you call WhatsApp universities and Facebook updates and Twitter quotes that you see, those what do you call it, sound bites. They will post these kinds of things saying that this is the goal of spirituality. Heck no. This is only a preparatory environment so that Aham Brahmasmi, I am not just conscious principle, but I am that conscious principle which is the very substratum of everything that which is. That ascertaining clarity should be established. That is called moksha. Anything short of it, we are not claiming it as moksha. And that is the goal that we have to aim at. If this balance is what is it, then eat curd rice and sleep. You are also at peace, others around you also are at peace. Easy sadhana. No, this is while you are functioning in your day-to-day life, this balance has to be maintained. If somebody says when the cycle is on its stand, I sitting on it, I have perfect balance. Yeah, if there is a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old claiming that sitting on that cycle, you only smile and say, very good beta, and move on. But if after going through the spiritual path and going through Devi groups, books after books after books after books, and still be falling trapped to it and saying, oh, I can only find balance when this are fine. No, it is when I am in the field of action that this balance has to be continuously maintained, that it becomes your second nature. You don't need to go look for challenges. Life itself will keep providing those challenges. You can ask Hari. For the last 1.5 years, he has been watching me. Do I need to go for challenges? How many challenges keep coming? Uninvited, they keep coming. Some I have to dodge. Some I have to burst. Some I have to observe. Some I have to very diligently get by. Some I have to mercilessly uproot and throw it away. Each one will have a different way of handling it. But that balance is never to be missed. That it makes you bitter from inside. If after all the spirituality, the bitterness is not gone, please change your guru, change your scripture, change your, this is not working. When will that bitterness go? When the spoilers that are originating those bitter attitudes, convictions, that is because I have not taken care of asakti and anabhishvangaha. Without that, there is no nityam samachittatvam. Once this balance is done, then in such mind, draw in. Point to be noted here. When will bhakti truly be fruitful, meaningful, satisfying, and fulfilling? When such a nitya samachittatva mindset invokes that divine and pulls that intellect to the higher. That is when the stability, it stands there. How do we go to Bhagavan? What is our attitude? When do we go to Bhagavan? When hell is broken loose and it has hit the fan and everything is on fire. Ayo, Bhagavane, Artha. Bhagavan says it very clearly. Arto jignasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. And who gets that fulfillment? Jnani. And what is this that we are learning right now? This whole 20 points, what has Bhagavan talked about them? What category are we looking into?
Jnana sadhana.
Jnana sadhana. The one who has applied these principles, such jnani. Such jnani, when they sit and connect with that divine aspect, with that Ishvara, surrender becomes complete. Surrender meaning what? There is no more I, therefore there is no more I want. Do you understand the significance of this? Surrender means there is no more I, there is no more I want. Most of the time, that which we claim our devotion as is where, in what field, in what realm? Only in I and I want. Therefore, Bhagwan, you grant. क्या ब्रोकर दिखता है भगवान? We have brought Bhagwan, that whole beautiful aspect of Bhagwan, down to a shopkeeper. I give you this, you give me that. In 12th chapter, we have already seen that attitude is not called bhakti. 5 stages of bhakti have been described. And if you have missed it, please attend teacher satsang. Hint, hint. Because this is the only, that 12th chapter, those pointers are what we are discussing there. मयि चानन्य योगेन भक्ति ही अव्यभिचारिणी. After 8-10 years of Devi group and study and Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, Shankara Bhashya, Gita classes, satsang, suddenly I get a call, I get a text, Swamiji, I am going for Vipassana. Jao, bhaad mein jao. What is being taught and where are you getting stuck? Meaning clarity is somewhere lacking. It's wavering somewhere. That every little soundbite distracts me, every little new sadhana that is being promoted distracts me. And this is not from the standpoint of a cheap trick of, Chinmay Mission membership and maintenance of that. Chi. No, that is not the standpoint. I wouldn't belittle Advaita Vedanta with those cheap tricks. Get that point also very clear. Is that point clear? When we are studying Advaita Vedanta, initially, yes, there will be confusion. Like how Deepika ji said, initially she thought samsara means something. There will be these, we come with such constructs. And we have gone through layer by layer, peeled everything, analyzed it, understood it. Are we ready to bring that change, to evolve, grasp, grow? That once this is ascertained, that this cleansing is done, bhakti is ascertained, where I offer myself, there is no bargaining attitude there. Complete surrender. Where there is no I, there is no I want. Give me the strength to go through what I have to go through. Give me that peace to go through what I have to go through. Period. I have neither resistance for it nor craving for it. It's prarabdha. It has to be cleaned out. Let me be a witness of it, go through it, diligently answer it, and move to the next. Bhagavan, I don't need to ask anything. You are Sarvantaryami, you are Sarvagnya, you are Sarvashaktiman. I don't need to teach you what you have to do for me. I don't need to remind you what you have to do for me. I don't have to expect what you have to do for me. I am your servant, you are not mine. Am I getting across? In that surrender, unwavering, unshakable, firmness. Like a kid in mother's lap. Nischinta. Why? The chinta is mother's turf, not the kid's turf. Somebody recently asked me, Swamiji, you never are scared or fearful of any consequences. I said, that is his problem, not mine. His meaning Ishvara's problem. Why? He created me, he'll take care of me. I have absolutely no second thought about it. That is called avyabhicharini. It's a very strong word that Bhagavan uses here. Vyabhichara. A general common translation for it is? Anybody?
Prostitute.
Avyabhicharini. Unwaveringly, completely surrendering to that Bhagwan Guru Shastra. Otherwise, it is called prostitution. Imagine what kind of a strong word that he has used. Avyabhicharini. How do you know that that faith, that complete surrender has been established? Vivikta desha sevitvam. You are fine, abiding and being by yourself. You're alone. Aloneness is strength. Loneliness is weakness. Loneliness is when asakti anabhishwangaha is not yet taken care of. You may be in a crowd and yet be alone and draw strength from that within. So solitude doesn't bother. This is like the message for today's periods that we are going through. The pandemic, oh, it gets under my nerves. How can something get under your skin? Unless you have allowed it, validated it to get under your skin. You can ask Hari, in the last 1.5 years, I get down out of my room 3 times a day. Breakfast time, lunch time, dinner time. Baki in the kamra. In the room. I have not gotten such a solid, beautiful time to study one book after the other in ages. Swamiji, are you okay? How are you taking all this? And I'm having fun. Joyous moment. Am I resisting coming out? And there's no need. If there is a need, I will. There is neither a resistance nor a craving. To be in that solitude and to be okay in that aloneness, to draw that strength without craving for, yo, I'm missing, कुछ कुछ होता है, गड़बड़ का सब कुछ वहीं पे होता है. They make movies and songs out of कुछ कुछ होता है. आरतिर जन संसदी. Do not be at the disposal of people and the environment's what do you call sympathies. Keep your doors and windows open. If somebody comes seeking help, somebody comes asking for some support, help, or shoulder, keep your doors and windows open of your heart. पता चला कि स्वामी जी आपने बोला दरवाजे खोल के रखो तो चोर आया चोरी करे. Of your heart. Keep your doors open. Don't try to block anybody from leaving. Don't try to block anybody from coming. There's nobody in this world that can treat you like a doormat. From that standpoint of aloneness, Swami, they're misusing you. They think they're misusing. But that karma equation is on them, not on me. Am I getting across? Suddenly in that isolated incident with an interaction with individuals, we forget the entire karma siddhanta. We should do what is right. We should do what is righteous. We should do what is compassionate. At the same time, not at the disposal of their sympathies. That my existence is validated because of their presence, because of their recognition. No, I don't crave for it. When will that independence come? And it is not arrogance. It is not hatred either. It's the exuberance of swatantrata. What is the opposite of swatantrata? Paratantrata. I am not a toy, I am not a puppet where strings are somewhere else and something is pulling those strings of my heart. Why? They have been already cut in the last shloka, first line. Asaktihi anabhishvangaha. Therefore, I am independent. And I keep my doors, heart open without any prejudices. Even for that person who may have earlier caused disturbance, harm, benefit of doubt. aa jao. You don't need to push. They will themselves feel suffocated and they'll go away. Yeah, the system works beautiful. It's a self-clearing trash system. You keep the standards of your pavitrata that high that the trash feels suffocated and it walks out. Now do you understand the texture of mind that is required to meditate? I know. There are two more points. Of course, the next shloka. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Tattva jnanartha darshanam. I'll quickly conclude these two. Just I need 1 or 2 more minutes. This spirit, this tenacity to hold on to the spirit is Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Till when? Until I realize, abide in that glorious self-revelation. Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam. Now the next question is, what is Tattva Jnanartha Darshanam? What is that Tattva? Meditation is not just closing my eyes, it is to know that I am Brahman. Brahman means what? It's not a word. It's not a feeling. It's that principle. What is that principle? That gets explained in the next segment. That which I have to abide in because it is my nature. What is that nature? That gets described. But to grasp that as my own experience, I have to have this 20 steps of preparation. Where am I? Where do I stand with respect to these 20? It will be an ugly picture if you are being truthful and honest. But it's okay. It's like entering your child's room. It's a mini tornado there. Where do you begin? You clear out, push everything aside, clear out a space to sit, and then pull one by one, one segment at a time, clear everything out. Similarly inside. Did I get across?